and go off again. Come back for a low pass over the field.
Concorde, ladies and gentlemen, has now arrived here in Waco, Texas. You notice how the steep angle of attack, the cockpit is down, the nose is down, so Captain Cook gets a good look at that runway. He'll do the touch and go, and then that powerful 4 Rolls-Royce engines will be full thrust once again for the takeoff. There's the touchdown. And here we go for takeoff once again.
Who is the training captain of the Concorde project. There are a few seats left on this. The aircraft takes off at 3 o'clock this afternoon.
On takeoff, one of the things you'll notice straight away, particularly at our lightweight, on takeoff weight today, for instance, is 301,000 pounds, compared to 408,000 maximum takeoff weight. So we're pretty light. The acceleration along the runway will be much brisker, much faster than you may have been used to, due in part to our lightweight. And of course, the Concorde is the only civil aircraft that uses reheat power on takeoff. Reheats are, I believe you call them afterburners. It's a simple system of introducing an extra fuel supply, a jet pipe behind the engine, and lighting it up. It gives it a 20% power boost for takeoff. And we have what we call a fly-by-wire flying control system. That is when we pull and push on the control column. All we're actually doing is making some little electrical signals underneath the floor, pushing them through a computer, adding stability signals and artificial feel and things like that, and ending up with an electrical drive signal to our power control unit. It's a bit like an electrically driven power steering on a car. Similarly, our engines have got electronic control, where, again, you move the throttle levers, and all you do is make more electrical signals, pass them through a computer, and this time an electric drive to the engine throttle valve. Concorde's brakes are made from that lightweight material, carbon fiber, which is just being specified nowadays for the next generation of subsonic aircraft. Well, we're just arriving at the end of the runway now. We're going to just do a 180 turn, and as we turn round, passengers on the left there, you'll see the 8,600 feet of concrete stretching into the distance.
Well, you heard Captain John Cook out there, ladies and gentlemen, giving you a little bit about the makeup of the aircraft and how he's going to fly it. He'll be taking off. The noise level will be rather high as they accelerate out here, as those 4 big Rolls-Royce engines, all that thrust out there, and of course, he will lift off. It's a beautiful slim bird. Well, Frank, there goes your wife to Jamaica.
I get to announce my wife's air show line. She's on that, fella. Isn't that great?
And we're throttling that right now, switching the reheats on. Okay, we're presently climbing through 3,000 feet and just over 300 miles an hour. Now, I'd like to draw your attention to those welcome messages that you see at the front of the cabin. That's our new flight information display panel. Very shortly we shall be changing it from the welcome message and showing you some flight information. Now on that panel what you'll see is a Mach number. Now that is the Mach number is the speed of the aircraft relative to the speed of sound. Mach 1 being the speed of sound, and obviously 2 twice the speed of sound. We'll also show you the flight altitude, the outside air temperature, and just so you can get a true impression of speed, we'll show you speed across the ground in miles per hour. Now that will shortly be coming up on those display panels in front of you.
Okay, what is your name, incidentally?
David MacDonald.
Okay, and what's your job on the...
Well, normally I'm a flight engineer, and I sit here, but today I'm extra crew to talk to our passengers, explain what Concorde is all about, and answer their questions as well. Now, today you join us just as we're climbing out of TSDI Waco, driving through 17,000 feet, currently doing 570 miles an hour. We should be heading down towards the Gulf of Mexico, then accelerating to supersonic speeds, doing what Concorde does best, twice the speed of sound, 1,350 miles an hour.
Okay, how long have you been with the crew?
Well, I've been on Concorde now. I've been lucky enough to be on the first course, 11 years.
Is there any difference between the British and the French airlines version? I know that it's a joint project.
Very slight, very slight. The major difference here on the equipment is that they chose a different navigation system. We have AC Delco INS systems from Milwaukee. They have little inertial systems. Otherwise, it's exactly as you see it here.
How far are we now that we've only been gone, what, 10, 15 minutes?
Yes. We're probably about 80 miles away from Waco right now, heading down towards the Gulf of Mexico.
Okay. Is this the fastest airplane at the air show? Is this faster than the F-16s?
Yes, it is. It's faster than the F-16. There are military airplanes which are faster than Concorde. They could catch us, but they wouldn't keep up with us. For instance, when we came across from London to New York yesterday, we were supersonic for 2 hours and 45 minutes. There in that program, but that's our plan right now, and I'll keep you up to date with everything as it rolls along.
Oh, great.
And here we are, 350 feet, 310 miles an hour. If you've got friends out there, give them a wave. And this is David MacDonald wishing you all a very good day. Have a good show. Thank you for flying Concorde. And do it again soon.
Captain Cook, this has got to be one of the most coveted jobs in flying. Could you tell us a little bit about how you got it?
Well, first of all, I wouldn't disagree with that. How did I get it? Well, I was training captain on 747s prior to coming on the Concorde. They were short of another instructor, so I was posted across. Needless to say, I was very keen to come on the Concorde. I mean, as you say, there's nowhere else after this.
Have you had a chance to look at the air show? I mean, you've been pretty busy, I imagine.
Well, we have been very busy, you know, but one gets the, you know, odd chance to have a look. But before we leave on Sunday, I have to have a look at it a lot more.
What do you think about what you've seen of how Texas celebrates its sesquicentennial?
I think it's fantastic. I mean, mind you, it's an air show and you've got some lovely machines here. So as a pilot, I mean, we're bound to enjoy it.